Of course, when I go to record, the neighbors are trying to mow the yard. Hopefully that's not too hearable in... Hearable? Yeah, hearable in the audio. But yeah. What's good, everybody? Valley here once again, and welcome back to the channel. I am sorry for the short delay between my last video and this one. I've been a little bit busy and everything, trying to get another video ready, but the footage got corrupted. So now we're doing this today instead because I got a notification from Brickseek that a certain thing was in stock. And that thing is the Adventure Force, Dart Zone Nexus Pro Blaster. Yes, it is it's kind of exciting, especially considering. But yeah, with the power of YouTube magic, we're going to get this thing unboxed in 3, 2, 1. And here we are. This is the Dart Zone Nexus Pro. And yeah, this thing is basically an off-the-shelf version of the Dart Zone Pro, which was the sort of $180, $150, high-grade blaster for the sort of enthusiast market for blasting and everything. And yeah, it is a bit smaller, it is a bit lighter, no longer has the takedown function, but a lot of people didn't even care about that. They didn't really like the rings and everything, so that is perfectly acceptable. And yeah, you got yourself a, whoops. You got yourself an adjustable sight that flips up and down. It's not really adjustable, it's just a ladder sight that matches up with a front post there, which is it makes sense with how dart blasters work. It is similar to an actual rifle. You got yourself a buffer tube stock. This is M4 compatible as far as I know. You've got your removable end cap here for swapping out springs, which is still quite nice. It's a feature retained from the Dart Zone Pro. And yeah, this is a slightly cheaper version of the Dart Zone Pro stock, but as far as I know, it is a whole lot more solid. I mean, you can really brace up against that, and you're not gonna collapse that easily. But if you don't like this, you can always swap out for any other M4 stock. It's just the buffer tube on this is not as long as on the Pro. Oh, the Pro Mark 1. Got yourself a crossbar safety. Without the pump forward, it will not pull the trigger. It's similar to the original Dart Zone Pro in that way. Comes with a adapter with the Dart Zone Pro mag. And this is a really cool feature. This is compatible with Talons because it has a secondary catch. So if you're already bought into the Talon ecosystem, like a lot of people are now, since a lot of people have been moving away from katanas, though people are getting back into that, you can use Talons. So you can use your existing kit with this adapter. Now, same sort of mag release as the Dart Zone Pro Mark 1 and 1.1. Just, you can either hit it with your middle finger or hit it with your thumb. Well, some people don't like this sort of hook shape to it, but it's what it is. Now you stick this in the back pocket. And it comes with the 12-round Pro Mag. So you can still use your full lengths. It is a full and half length system, just like the original Pro. And you'll get slightly lower FPS with, let's say, standard elite darts and everything, just because of the drag and everything. But it's still great as an option if your war only allows full length for whatever reason. Onto the muzzle device here. It is a friction fit. It's got a sort of metal sort of look to it with a spinning sort of nut right here. I don't know why it spins on mine, but yes, the barrel in here is aluminum, which is quite good, and it looks to be polished as well. Very smart Valor, looking down the barrel of a blaster, but Another thing about this, it looks to be the same sort of outer diameter as regular regular Nerf barrel material. So you could throw on whatever sort of flash hider looking piece you want there. And just like the Pro Mark 1, it has a well-padded plunger tube. And from the internal pics I've seen of this thing, it's quite robust inside. It no longer has a bolt sled similar to the Retaliator and the Mark 1.1, but it's got a bar that goes above, like the Worker Terminator, but it's a little more robust in terms of the build. It works a lot more like the Blaster Forge Micro, with the bar going straight into the bolt itself, rather than an arm coming up and connecting to a bolt sled. So it's a whole lot stronger and everything. It should be able to handle plenty of spring load. I mean, I wouldn't want to put too much on it, but yes. And judging from how the original Mark 1 was, I'm going to assume that there is some Picatinny under here. But yes, I'm going to put the stock out to a more respectable length. And I'm going to load up this mag with the included darts, which are same head as the Bamboo, but on different foam. It's more like their waffle foam. So there is that. Now you do get full and half links with the $50 package, which is quite nice considering. And yeah, we're gonna get this thing loaded up. Getting the chronograph fired up here. And we're going to load the half links. I'm not gonna bother with the full links right now, just for the sake of this thing being more powerful. So it's not really gonna be much of a full length shooter. So there we are. 151, 146, 148, 142, 149, 146, 141, 153, 152, 146, 153, and 152. That's a full mag of half lengths, and I'm going to get a good screenshot of this in a bit. Actually, here we are. You can see there that those numbers do not lie. This thing is just as good as the Dart Zone Pro Mark 1 and 1.1, but it's $50 and you can get it at Walmart along with the half darts. $10 for 100 brings it to 10 cents a dart roughly. That's about the same as worker darts, which I know you can get worker darts cheaper if you buy from certain places, but as an off-the-shelf option, you could buy 1 or 2 packs of these, go to war, have fun, and if you can get back your darts, you're good to go. And especially if it's a high-powered war. This thing is awesome. Gonna do a firing footage of down my yard right there. Ignore the air compressor that my neighbor has set off right now. And yeah, we're gonna get some firing footage. All right, got the mag loaded up right here. Prime it back, slam it up, and there you go. Straight as an arrow. Let me flip up that sight. A little bit high. There you go. It looks like we got a couple more, or at least one more. There we go. And yeah, that is nothing to turn your nose up at, especially considering you can get it for so cheap and so easily. This is going to change the hobby for the better. What do you guys think about the Dart Zone Pro Nexus, or Adventure Force Nexus if you would rather? I for one think that this puts the nail in the coffin for Ultra and Nerf in general, well Hasbro, unless they can actually, you know, come up with something just as good, if not better. They need to provide good value for the money and, you know, fast. Ultra is just a cash grab. That's all it's ever been. And yeah, it's corporate greed, that's all it is. This shows that a company can listen to our hobby and provide a good product for us. Also, it means that other aftermarket companies are going to have to step up their game in terms of value for the money. Sorry for the wind. But yeah, like, this is an awesome blaster. The grip is nice and comfy. It's modular and everything. You got Picatinny for optics for whenever you actually, you can actually use an optic. I mean, just iron sights would be good for this, but what do you want from me? It's got great range. It's got great performance. And the build quality is quite good. It's typical like Dart Zone plastic. It's not really creaky or anything. The Dart Zone Pro Nexus. Available at Walmart. Check in everything. It's $50. The darts are $10 for a pack of 100. And yeah, this thing is great. But that is just my 2 cents on the matter. What do you guys think? Tell me in the description down below. And be sure to check that you're subscribed and ring the bell. You click it from personalized to all notifications so you always know whenever I upload next. And yeah, you're going to be enjoying what I upload next because it's going to be very fun. As ever, I'd also like to thank my patrons over on my Patreon page. For even starting at $1 a month, you can help support the channel. You can help me get better equipment. You can help me get blasters to review. And, it especially helps the channel, especially with the sort of shakiness of YouTube monetization nowadays, especially with whatever is going on in the world right now, where I've seen that ad revenue has hit a pretty decent low, at least from my experience. As ever, my name is Valor. Thanks for watching.